will the 49ers sign anyone else? I mean, I haven't heard rumors that they're interested in anyone else on the market. They have very little cap space, and big names are flying off the board, such as Darius Smith, who went to Minnesota today. What do you think?
I don't think we're going to see them get any big names.
Depth.
Typically, there's going to be depth. Typically, they get busy with guys kind of around week 3 of free agency. It seems like once everything kind of slows down and everybody's just kind of picking through the bargain bin. I think that's what we'll see from them this year. You know, if they're stuck with Jimmy and they're going to be sticking with Jimmy Garoppolo until July, they don't have enough cap room to go out and really sign a whole bunch of guys. They're going to have to bring in guys for, $850 grand to fill out the roster to get their,
I'm available.
To get to 90.
Here's the thing about me. Too. I play right tackle, edge rusher, nickel, safety, and wide receiver. So I kind of fill all of the 49ers needs. The Niners need 5 players. I think they need 5 legit contributors. 1 at wide receiver, 1 at right tackle, 1 at nickel, 1 at safety, and 1 at edge. I mean, they don't need a contributor at the edge, but they can certainly use one if they want to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on all 5 of those, and I really think that it's funny because when you go back and you look through kind of the coverage from the combine, those are the positions that for the most part stood out to everybody. Was the wide receiver, the tackles. Yeah. I just have this feeling that the 49ers are in a position where they feel that they are good enough to get into the playoffs, go deep, that they're among the best teams in the NFC, and that if their quarterback had just made a couple of throws last year, they're in the Super Bowl and they lost to the eventual Super Bowl champs. This is the way that I think they feel. It's not too far from the way I feel. I look at them because they're bringing so many guys back. And they're getting younger. That's where you see like today with K'Wan Williams reportedly going to Denver. They're in the process of getting this roster a little bit younger because they're starting to build it up for a big run, like we talked about last week in 23 and 24, I think. And they're going to just be treading water, trying to keep themselves right about that same level, and they're going to be going. Everybody that wants them to go in, we're going to see that next year.
Why next year? Why next year? Because the cap goes up next year?
They already have a pretty good amount of cap space set aside for next year. They're going to have to get deals done with Bosa and Samuel. They have some guys that they can restructure next year. It's just like the cap's going to be increasing. I just feel like they're pushing everything in, really kind of looking towards 24 and 23.
Okay, so depth, maybe like a depth piece on the offensive line, a depth piece at wide receiver, and call it an offseason. I love it. I freaking love it. A+. The best. The best.
And they haven't even announced the one thing when you go back. One thing you got to think about when we're talking about the 49ers and their free agency.
Yes.
Go through where they are right now compared to the other teams in the NFC with the making themselves better, making themselves worse. They're right in the middle of that whole thing. I was looking at like the Packers, for example. The Packers haven't even signed nearly as many of their own guys back as the 49ers. So the 49ers had a pretty solid core, which is where a lot of their money is being spent. Alshire and Flanagan Fowles and Givens, Hasty, bringing in Ward and so on and so forth. So they're bringing back a number of those guys. Jawan Jennings.
Okay.
It's not exciting. I get it.
Speak for yourself, Jack. I am titillated. That's how excited I am about what's going on right now. I love special teams. I'm a special teams enthusiast.